All right, hello, welcome back to the stream. So yeah, I said I wasn't going to be streaming this weekend, but I figured might as well just do a little bit of a shorter stream in the afternoon, get some of this art done. So I'll describe what this guy is in just a second. But before I get to that, I want to remind everyone that if you'd like to support my work, please check out the links in the description below. I've got Gunforged, the Steam page updated, as well as the demo updated, so you can try out the latest version of the game. And you can also wishlist Gunforged, that would help a lot. I also have a couple of Udemy courses that you could take if you want to learn how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. So all of that, again, is in the description below, and thank you all in advance for your support. Okay, so for this boss here, well, let me back up. I'm creating a new boss for the second arena in Gunforged, which is the Graveyard Arena, and I had this idea to do like a zombie tycoon kind of boss. So this is how I've got it started. He's kind of, I think you can kind of tell that he's a tycoon, right? He's got the monocle, he's got green skin, which very clearly indicates that he's a zombie or some kind of other malevolent creature. And of course, got this outline of a top hat and got some like a coat on him and some skinny little legs with some dress shoes. At least that's what's supposed to be. And he's got this cane here. So obviously a lot of it is work in progress still. I only really did the head so far. And I think it's turning out pretty good. So going to continue just shading this guy in, polishing up the art and whatnot. But in terms of the attacks that I think he's going to have, I want to introduce like throwing money bags at the player. I think it would be cool to have a bunch of hands come out of the ground and just create damaging zones that the player has to avoid. I'll think about the attacks some more as well. I want to give him probably at least 3 unique attacks. But I just think stylistically and thematically it's looking good. So that's the boss. And yeah, I'm going to get right into this. So I think the head is basically done. I'll probably revisit some things here. I don't think I quite like the shape of that nose there. But we're going to let that sit for a bit. And I've got this on a separate layer. So I want to do the hat next. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll make sure to... I'm trying to get more disciplined with like locking my layers properly. Okay. All right, hat is done. No, I'm kidding. So let's see. Oops, fill that in a little bit. Yeah, okay. So what kind of... Do I want to put like a ribbon around the hat or something? That might look decent. So yeah, I'm just going to be shading in stuff here. And I'll probably choose a different color for this. I can't use like straight black. I don't think that's going to work. Actually, I wonder what it would look like if I did a highlight straight across and then got rid of this here. Would that look more natural? Almost. Okay, that's a little bit more uniform. Yeah, I don't think that's really getting across the idea that I want to get across, so I don't know if I like that. I'll get rid of all this. Reset. It might just be the case that this is too thick. Okay, let's go all the way back. So again, it's going to take me a little bit to figure out how this art is going to shape up, but that's typically how my process goes for creating new things, new entities for Gunforged. Okay, so we're all the way back to where we were. Yeah, I think maybe this is just... Is it too thick? Get rid of this. Is that going to be better? Now I'm getting lost. Where are my lines? Maybe I'll redo this brim, actually. Yeah, maybe let's redo the brim here. Figure it out. Ribbon is looking good. Yeah, I'll put the ribbon back for sure. Welcome, Shivanch. Good to see you. Looks freaky, yeah. Zombie Tycoon. Yeah, so this is the Zombie Tycoon. This will be one of the bosses in the Graveyard Arena. I'm getting rid of an old boss that I had. The boss was called the Living Ossuary. There's a number of reasons why I'm getting rid of that old boss. The foremost reason being that it wasn't fun. Wonder if I get rid of the head here. So it wasn't fun, and also the attacks, well, it kind of goes hand in hand with it not being fun, but the attacks were kind of like boring. Okay, there's a problem here, which is that that's too long. So if we take that and we just scoot all this over, like so. Okay. This side is wrong as well. There we go. Okay, now the shape is a little bit better, I think. Very good. All right. So yeah, this is the Zombie Tycoon. The Zombie Tycoon is going to throw money bags at the player and whatnot. Do I want to use purple? Ooh, purple might be good. I was originally going to make it like, yeah, that might actually be better. Give him like a purple coat as well, maybe? Oh boy. Because I can't really I mean, I guess I could give him like a white coat, or I can't really do black because black is the color of my outline, so I can't do that. Okay, but anyway, this head, I just need to figure out what's going on here. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Still a little bit awkwardly shaped. Particularly in this area here. I don't know why that's happening. Why is this off? There's too many pixels right here. Oh, that'll work, I guess. But then there's going to be... I don't know why this is looking so off to me. Maybe I shouldn't spend too much time fussing over it, but... yeah. I mean, it looks a little bit weird particularly this side. But I think I'm going to have to just work with how it is. Yeah. I'll just have to work with how it is. I don't know. Let's see how I can make this work. Hello, see ya, Dev. Fancy, yes indeed. Only the fanciest. So something like that might be all right. And then I don't know. I still don't know if I want to do like a purple for this. I suppose I could. I don't think I really need this outline here. So I'm going to get rid of that. But I do need the outline there, I think. Yes. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Now, it usually is the case that as soon as I add an outline, everything starts to feel a lot better. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And then I can play some more with the colors here. But I'm curious to see what this looks like now that it's on his head. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. He's looking dapper, if you ask me. Now I might change this position slightly. The problem is the hat is a little bit tipped, but I think that's probably fine, actually. It looks like it's kind of like not sitting on his head well, but I think that kind of adds to the fact that he's decaying, right? It's like it's not supposed to be perfect. So I think that's fine. Now the question is, I want to add the ribbon back. Let's see what that looks like. Now I'll probably move that down a little bit. Yeah, maybe make that a different color. That's looking all right. Yeah, that looks fine. Then we'll just maybe just add that. And then do I want to do like a shadow under it like this? Yeah, that looks good. And then maybe like a highlight on the opposite end. All right. And then up here, I'm going to add some highlights as well. Nice. And then for this, the problem is I've chosen a very dark base color, but I think that's probably all right. I can do something similar. What did I do? What was I developing before where I had something like that, like a little patch or some stitches there? Make it look a little bit tattered. Just give it some texture. I don't know if I like this background color here. Would I be better off just doing this? I don't know. Keep it like that for now, I guess. Purple goes well with his green skin color. Yeah, I agree. I think the purple's good. I think I'll give him a purple. Sorry, my cat is going crazy right now. He will not calm down today for some reason. He's distracting. You're distracting. Anyway. Yeah, the purple goes well. So I'm going to probably make his coat the same color. I don't know if I like this red here. This might have to be... Maybe this should be green as well. No, that's probably too much. I guess I could make it orange to match his monocle. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. I wish I had a darker color for this, or maybe... I could always make it a brighter purple up here so that I can shift the darker one down here. I suppose I'll try that. Let's do this. Make this brighter. Okay, and then I can use the dark purple here. Okay, and then this needs to be that color as well. Color is still one of those things that I need to get a little bit better at. So if I do that, now I can get like a darker color here and really shadow this underside here. And then this highlight probably should just be... I guess you can't really tell that this is darker than that one, but I think that probably still looks better. I guess I'm not that good at drawing hats yet, but probably for the sake of saving some time here. Oh, that doesn't look bad if I just shade in that whole area, and then maybe if I make this a little bit thicker. No. No. Maybe this just needs to be actually, this needs to be a highlight here. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Nope. So close. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I'll just leave it like that. I'll revisit this a little bit later, I think. Yeah, I'll revisit that a little bit later. Okay. So I've got a hat. This piece over here just looks a little bit strange to me still. But I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Okay, like I said, we're just gonna leave that for now. Maybe I'll end up redrawing that hat. I'm not entirely satisfied with it. Just something weird about it, but I'll have to look at some references. But let's go ahead and move on to the coat now. So let's get rid of the head and the hat. And we'll go ahead and do the body now. So we'll just round this off. I haven't yet determined how I'm going to animate him. These might just be the animation thing, so I'll animate his head separately from his hat so we can get some independent movement there. That would be kind of goofy. So yeah. But then the body, probably will need to separate the arms from the body as well. So maybe I'll just go ahead and split that out right now so that I have those as separate things. Okay. We got the arms, and that means that I need to fix this legs here. Okay. So yeah, I want to have him have like really skinny legs. I think that's gonna be fun. But anyway, so I want to do purple, I guess, for the coat. Let's just take a look at how that's looking. Okay. This is probably going to be the hardest part here. Probably going to be the hardest part. What I am going to do is... I'm not entirely satisfied with this body shape. But I'm going to go ahead and just make this an outline color for now. So that I can start... getting this working the way that I want it to. So coat. How am I going to do this? His arms are here. So he needs like an open section. A somewhat open section, I guess. Trying to think. I'm just going to use white for now just to like kind of get the shape. Okay. Probably a little bit skinnier than that. And then I'll want some, I don't know. What are those things called? The lapel flap things. What would that look like? It would look like, I'm trying to imagine. I should pull up a reference, but I might not have enough room for all that detail. I might not have enough room for all that detail. Not looking bad though, not yet. Okay, let me look it up. I think I searched last time tycoon formal wear. I don't know why kids are in my search result. What is this? That's not a tycoon. So yeah, I've got like lapel things in the coat, so it comes out at an angle like that. What's this guy? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. See how the waist is cut off there and then just got the coattails. So that comes up from like mid-body up to the shoulder. So what would that look like? So that would be down here then. See, the arm would be obscuring it, but let's get rid of the arms then. And let's just say... Now, what in the world? It comes up around the neck. Oh, it comes up around the neck? Well, there's no way I'm going to be able to draw that. Actually, that doesn't look terrible. Just got to get the shape right. That's close. That's close. Like I said, I just got to get the shape right. Yeah. Okay, and then the shirt, same deal. So that's almost good. Oh, do I need to give him a bow tie? I might need to give him a bow tie. Hello, Kiki Dev. Welcome back. I'm making a Godot game too. Awesome. Godot is awesome. I love it. Hello, Neozoid. Is the gamepad controller live? No, there's not going to be any controller support in Gunforged. At least not at the initial release. Okay, all right, okay. So then this, that needs to cut up a little bit, like so. Probably can add outline there. Yeah, that's looking all right. These coattails might be a little long, but I guess that's fine. It doesn't need to be... It doesn't need to be perfect. It can be a little bit stylized. But, okay, that's fine. That's looking good. Actually, I guess this whole perspective is wrong, isn't it? This all needs to shift over, because if this is the middle where the seam is coming down, then that means that this all needs to shift over like this. Where's his arm? I'm going to make this black so I can see it. Yeah, like I said, the arms probably are going to be... They're going to need to change a little bit. I could bring the arm all the way back here, but I don't think I want to do that. I could bring the arm like right there, but then that means I got to take this again. This body here. Oops. Take the body here and then zoop. Why am I using two different colors here? There we go. That's more like it. Why is this not... Yeah, so it like opens up. I don't know exactly what to do about this. I'm gonna just struggle through this for a sec. Yeah, I mean, ideally that should go up to his, it should go up to like here, right? So I wonder if I should just make this whole thing shorter. Why is this not working? Hold on, something's bugged on my computer here. My browser won't come up. What are you doing? Come on. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, so that goes all the way up to the neck. So that means that this, where does it go? It also doesn't go that far down the waist. So that's what I was wondering. So I can move this up then. Just move it up. Okay. I can probably move this up even more. Okay. I'm gonna butcher this for a second. Right. That's probably all right. I mean, roughly all right. I'm gonna need to still... I make this darker, you know? So like this. As long as I'm giving the impression of it being white, should be fine. Yeah, I don't want it to be pure white, that's the thing. But I don't really have a good alternative color. I could use something like that, or like a really light pink there. I mean, maybe white isn't terrible. Yeah, that doesn't look, I mean, that doesn't look terrible. When I struggle with perspective, I go to Sketchfab and try to find a model of what I'm drawing. Put the same perspective, it might help. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I think I'm pretty much there though. I think I almost got it. I mean, there's going to be some minor changes, but this is looking much more like what I needed to accomplish. I don't really know what the point of using this color is. It's not dark enough to create enough contrast there, so we'll just leave it like that. Yeah, I'm sure there's still some work to do here, but I mean, I could use that color. That color is probably better, actually. Yes. That's much more contrast. And I can still use... Yeah, again, that's just not enough contrast, but... Yeah, I'll go with the more contrasting color, that's fine. Okay, alright, so the shape's not perfect here, but... That looks alright. This whole straight line here is a little bit awkward. I think that looks better. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's too dark. Yeah, I kind of liked... Whoops. Okay. I think that's fine for that area right there. We'll get everything roughly shaded in, and then once we see how it all comes together, I will address any issues that I have with it. Now the tricky part is going to be getting this in good shape. Now that just looks weird. The arms are kind of messing up the the impression here a little bit. Oops. Okay, well, let's hide the arms for now. And finish getting this body filled out here. See, the problem now is that this is not aligned. I guess I could fix that. I could fix it here. Yeah. Oops. There we go. That's pretty good. It's a little bit more aligned now. I love his little legs. His like real skinny legs. I think those shapes are actually pretty good, actually, you know? Almost said actually a bunch of times. How many times can I say actually in one sentence? Okay, so we'll get those pantaloons on. And then for the shoes, again, I run into the problem of not having a dark enough color that's not black. Give them a little clobbers. What are those things called? The wooden shoes? They're not called clobbers. They're called, what are they called? Clogs? Is that the word? I played Gunforged for the first time. I managed to beat all 20 waves the first try. Excellent. Nice. Thanks for playing. What'd you think, Eraton? Did you like it? What would you change about it, if anything? I think these pants are too dark. Should I give him green pants? That might make him look like he's naked, though. I don't want to do that. Ooh, that's kind of a good color, actually. Get a little bit overzealous with the shading here. He's got skinny jeans. I'm not sure I'm in love with the skinny jeans, but I'm certainly not in love with that highlight color. What is that? It's not really much of a highlight, is it? What else can I use for the highlight color here that would work? Choosing colors is so difficult. I mean, I guess this can work. Maybe I don't even need a highlight here, really. I don't like that, but I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Again, I don't have a dark enough color here, but let's go ahead and add an outline. I need a dark color here. Yeah, these are not contrasting enough. So I wonder if I do this lighter blue instead. And then I can use this lighter blue for the shadow. I could also use There's nothing preventing me from using a purple for the shadow here. Oh, but it's, yeah, it's not looking great. That doesn't look terrible. Again, there's not enough contrast between these two colors though. So I'm probably gonna have to go back to this. Just to create enough contrast. There we go. There we go. And I guess I could make his shoes that color. Yeah, that'll work. Make the shoes the purple. Give those the highlights there. Yes, and then now I can use the darker color for just some light shading down here. I mean, that looks fine. Yeah, his pants, I mean, his pants are fine, I guess. Doesn't look terrible. Okay. I like it. It was pretty good. Maybe too easy, but maybe I was just really lucky with the run. Yeah, I'm going to address that, I think, in a number of ways. First and foremost, I think, well, I mean, the later arenas are going to be more difficult, but I don't know. I think I'm going to make some changes to how the gun parts work. I'm thinking about making it so that gun parts have innate affixes or innate runes, and the idea is that the innate runes would only be present on those specific gun parts and would not be lootable elsewhere. So there will be certain gun runes that will only be present on certain gun parts. I think that might make the game a little bit more difficult because you'll need to make more sacrifices in terms of which gun parts you're using if you want to get something that's like perfect for your build. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that, but also I think there's just going to be a subset of players that are good at these kind of games, and they're gonna have no problem beating it. This color is not, again, contrasty enough. What happens if I give this just a larger, lighter section? Is that gonna... I'm just kind of painting haphazardly. Actually, it doesn't look terrible. Okay, I should probably start on the arms now, so I can get a good idea of what this is going to look like. Okay, so he's got his cane. So the arms, let's lock the body. Arms. Just going to go ahead and paint. Over that. And again, I'm going to... Actually, do I like... Well, his hands need to be green. So let's change that. Is this a new boss for the second map? It is indeed. This is the Zombie Tycoon. And the Zombie Tycoon is going to throw money bags at you. Among other things. This hand looks weird. That's probably a little bit better. Cool. I mean, I'm not done. I'm just saying cool as in I like where this is going. Okay. Now the question is, do I need to draw? I should probably just draw like an arm coming from this side as well. That doesn't look right. Do I need to move this hand a little bit? Yeah, I think I do. Now I screwed all this up. What did I do? I did something wrong here. Oh, maybe this needs to go like this. That'll work. I probably still will include a little black pixel there because it makes it look like it has a dent in it, a dip. Okay, so now what was the purpose of doing that? Yeah, I think we'll just keep the arms right there for now. Body. I want to get rid of the head. There we go. Getting lost in my layers. But this should be much nicer in terms of the shape. Yeah. Oops. Maybe we'll do some animation of this guy. Actually, since this is the behind arm, I'm going to make that. That still doesn't look right. I wonder if I should take... the arm and just go... under it, maybe? Under his little walking stick. So if I take this and I go under, it's going to make his arm look freakishly long. That doesn't work either. Oh, goodness. I just think, yeah, maybe this hand is just... Okay, I should do this more precisely, shouldn't I? So I'll take this, grab all that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna bloop, 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 bloop. So move his hand down a little bit. Does that look better? No. No, that doesn't look better. Ugh. Iteration is the name of the game. I do not like how this is turning out. The arms don't look right. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually. Have the arms way down here. That looks a lot more natural, and I can just extend the arm. Like he's really slouched over. Probably should make his shoulder a little bit wider up here. That doesn't look terrible. And then for this arm here, move this just in a slightly different position. Okay. I think that looks a little bit better. I think that looks a little bit better. I still have no clue how to draw hands though, so. Especially at this low of a pixel density. I mean, not that I could do better with with more canvas space, but okay. The hands need some work, I think. But I like that posture better, for sure. All right, let's do something with this cane here. I wonder if the cane should be... Oops. I wonder if the cane should be... Oh, I don't want that there, do I? I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna cut all this up for the animation purpose, but... Arms, okay. So what was I gonna do? Make it gold. Or orange of some kind. Orange is a little bit much. Orange is a little bit much. I wonder if I should just make it straight like a brown color. I'm choosing every color except brown. Doesn't look terrible. I could add some gold elements to it, maybe. Although there's not really a whole lot of space for that, so maybe not. I probably would be better off fully outlining the hands. Yeah, that looks much better. Staff looks a little basic. Or the walking stick, I guess. Looks a little basic. But I also don't have a whole lot of room to get super detailed with it. I guess I could make, maybe I could make this upper part a little bit nicer. Or a little bit of a different color here. Make it a different material, perhaps. Yeah, if I make it a different material, like so, that will probably look better. And then, yeah, something like that. I don't know. Hands are easy to draw. Just draw a turkey and then edit that into a hand. Is that like the SpongeBob meme? Oh, it's easy. Just draw like the super detailed Renaissance style face and then erase until you have a circle. What if I put a gem on the end instead of the handle? Oh, that's a good idea. We could try that. Give it a butt cap. A butt cap? IDK what it's called. Well, I don't know what you mean by that word, so I don't know what you're referring to either. So you said put a gem on the end instead of a... You're gonna test my gem drawing skills now as well? So I guess if I want to put a gem on the end, I actually need to extend this out more so it's away from his face. Okay, so probably not that far, but we'll do something like that. So a gem. A gem, a gem, a gem, a gem. A gem. You really had to test my art skills by suggesting a gem. Should I just do lazy mode and make it a circle? I guess I could cut it into shape a little bit. Drawing at an angle is really hard. It's like a cap for the end. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Like, I want to make this like a diamond shape, you know what I mean? Like a classic diamond shape, but I don't know how to draw a classic diamond shape at that angle. It would be like this. And then something like this. And then down a little bit. Like that, but rotated. That looks lopsided still. Gee dang it. Okay. Can I just take this? Hold on. What happens if I just take this here? Copy paste. Rotate it. Well, that doesn't look right at all. I can't draw a gem shape at this angle. It's not possible for me to do. Not yet anyway. So we're gonna take the easy route. Take a big ol' circle. You know what? Maybe, hold on a second. Maybe this is fine and it just needs to be moved. Oops. Well, now I'm just kind of back to a circle shape. Okay, well, that's fine. Looking good. I think just a normal circle would be fine, yeah. Okay, now I have to figure out how to... I guess it's looking more like an orb instead of a crystal. Crystals are really hard to draw too. Because if you wanted this to be segmented into faces, you'd have to do like some like that, and some like that, and then have like a separate color. And then do like a line. It's just really hard to do crystals. I mean, that kind of looks all right. But not really. Yeah, crystals are hard. What are the rough pixel dimensions of the boss sprite? I can tell you. Let's see. Uh, 45 by 58. So I basically started with like a 64 by 64 canvas. So he fits within a 64 by 64 canvas, would occupy a lot of it. I started game dev with your courses, so thanks a lot. Now I want to learn art and have a big noob question about pixel art. Well, shoot, Napstar. I have a 16 by 16 character, but for one animation, I need to add a gun in his hand, which will extend beyond the 16 by 16 boundary. How can I expand the sprite to include the gun while keeping the pixel perfect and consistent in Unity? How can I expand the sprite to include the gun when keeping it pixel perfect? So are you going to, so you're going to draw the gun as part of the player sprite? Is that right? If so, what I would do is I would expand the dimensions of your character sprite, like your player to be like 32 by 32, or even 64 by 64, and then put your player like in the center of it. So that way you have plenty of room to add whatever guns you want. And the benefit of doing that is that you can then keep the same origin for every variation of the player sprite, right? So if you've got like a really big gun that takes up a lot of space, as long as the player's in the same position in the canvas for every animation you have, it should be relatively easy to swap the player animation or swap the player sprite at runtime without having to change any of like the sprite origin or anything like that. I don't know what that looks like in Unity. I haven't used Unity basically at all. But that's probably what I would do is if I wanted to account for lots of variable gun sizes as part of the player sprite, I would just start with a 64 by 64 canvas and just leave all that space empty and use that as on an as needed basis for the animations. Does that make sense? So if I were to take my reference image here. So let's say that I've got my player sprite and this is how I've drawn it, and I want to make it support a long gun. I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to go sprite canvas size, and I'll just say, you know what, give me 64 by 64 here. Like that. Or you could go even bigger if you wanted to. And then you can draw the gun out this way, right? Here's my gun. And as long as the player is staying in the same position in the canvas, no matter which gun you're drawing, that will work, I think, just fine. I will try it, yeah, for sure. Hopefully that helps. Okay, I think that this boss is... I mean, he's not perfect. I definitely want to tweak some things, but I'm actually kind of curious to get him sliced and diced and get him into Godot and just see kind of like what an animation would look like for him. Oh goodness, this is going to be... These new bosses that I'm making are like taking up a lot of time, but it's worth it. The Lowrider Spider turned out great, I think. And I think this boss is going to turn out good as well. So I'm going to definitely be replacing the Living Ossuary, which was the old boss, because that boss was just dumb. No offense to past me, but that boss sucked. So, okay. So yeah, maybe I'll show you real quick what that boss looked like. Might be interesting to see before it goes away forever. All right, so here I am in Godot. Let's go into the graveyard and check out what the living ossuary looks like. Okay, let's go ahead and go in. Spawn living ossuary. Boom. So this was the boss, and it has one attack, which is that. And then all it does is spawn skeletons. But I guess the interesting thing about this boss is that it can't take any damage directly. The only way to kill it is to kill the skeletons that it spawns. But, I mean, this could have been an interesting boss fight, but the visuals kind of suck. I already died, wow. The visuals kind of suck, and it only had one attack, and also there's nothing really that, like, goofy or humorous about it, so I'm just gonna... I didn't go into the right arena, but I'm just gonna get rid of it. Can't add child entity spawner to floor. Uh-oh. Already has parent floor. Hold on, let me just double check and make sure that this is not broken for everything. Might have a bug here that I introduced. Nope, that seems to be all right. Okay, it seems to be just a problem with the living ossuary, so that's good. This would actually be kind of fun. Fight two bosses at once. Did you learn art first or programming? I just wanted to know what your approach to learn animating. Drawing is one thing, but animations drive me insane. Yeah, so I will tell you. So let me show you, actually. Lowrider spider. So first of all, to answer your question, I did programming first. I'm sort of like a programmer just naturally, and what I mean by naturally is like that's what I gravitated to, and that's what I stuck with. That's what I have the most experience with. That was my professional full-time job for a number of years. So programming for sure. And then in terms of animating, I don't do frame-by-frame animations. At least I haven't really spent the time to learn how to do those yet. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, it's really hard to do. And two, I didn't want to do that while I was still learning pixel art. Because if I spend hours making, you know, a 10-frame animation, and then 3 months later I'm like, I'm actually better at pixel art now. Now I have to go in and redo all of those animations, right? So what I'm doing instead, while I'm still getting good at pixel art, is I'm just doing cutout animations. So for instance, with like the car here, I cut up the car into a bunch of shapes and I animated it in engine with the animation player. And this is nice because it still looks good. It doesn't take any effort. I don't have to draw a bunch of frames. And, you know, as I see problems with the animation or as I want to improve the animation, I can just go in and edit the keyframes, which is a lot quicker. And so that's how I'm approaching all of the animation in this game. I'm not doing any frame-by-frame animation. Now, that's stylistically different. You know, it's not going to look the same as a hand-drawn frame-by-frame animation, but it's much faster. So that's what I'm doing for this game. Maybe I'll get to frame-by-frame animation at some point, but yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Game logo looks so clean. Yeah, I hired somebody to make a logo, but it's like a vector logo. And so I went in and I basically redrew it with my color palette. So it's not entirely my, it's not my personal design, but I did go in and make a pixel version of it based on the design that I had commissioned. Always a nice surprise to find you streaming when I randomly get on YouTube. Well, thank you, Annie Key. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Mob bosses are okay, but yeah, normally uninteresting. Maybe I could just use spine then. Yeah, I mean, try it out. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try getting this guy cut up here and put him into Godot. I think the the problem here with animating the arms is that I might actually need to do a separate layer for the background arm because it needs to be behind the body. And if I start animating the arms like this, you see how the background arm is like in front of the body? That's not right, you know? So, but we'll try it. We'll try it just with this breakdown first and then. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start working on some animations here. But before I do that, I'm going to take a quick break. Just take a really quick break, get a new drink and whatnot. And then in the meantime, check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways that you could support me. I've got a number of Udemy courses for Godot that teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. But I also have Gunforged available on Steam, which is the game I'm working on right now. So you can wishlist that if you'd like to support me there. And hello, Mornay. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. So I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, like I said, and when I get back, we're going to start doing some preliminary animation for the zombie tycoon boss. So I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to me, and we'll go ahead and get started with this zombie tycoon. I don't know if that's going to be his proper name. I'm going to try to come up with a more clever name than that, but that's going to be his name that gets saved in the file. So, all right, let's see if I know how to do this. We got to create a character body 2D. We'll call this zombie tycoon. This needs to be set to floating mode, collision safe margin, that's fine. Layer, no, it needs to look for terrain and secondary terrain, I believe. And then we'll go ahead and add a node 2D for visuals. And then I need to, under that, do a hit flash group component. Is that how I need to do it? I don't remember if that's the proper way to do it or if I need to do it this way. Or if I even need the visuals node to begin with. Maybe I'll just hold off on adding that for now. Okay, it needs a health component. I guess I don't really need the health component yet. We're just going to be animating him for now. All right, so yes. What am I doing? Okay, scenes, game object, entity, zombie tycoon, boom. So now in A sprite here, I'm going to export hat, head, arms, and body. And I've got this handy little script that does that. So export layers. I'm going to get rid of the layer groups prefix here. Only visible layers. Do I want to trim it? Do I want to trim it? Yeah, probably trim it. Save sprite. Okay. Should be 4 sprites. Oh, it's gonna do a lot more than that, huh? 7 layers. Why? We'll try this again. Scripts, export layers. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay, much better. Awesome. So now I can just go ahead and grab those things. Zombie Tycoon. Let's put the head in here, the hat, the body, and the arms. Alrighty. So we've got our cut up Zombie Tycoon. These all need to be under the hit flash group component. Let's reset the position of all these things. I'm going to turn the offset off, or the centered, I mean off. Okay, let's start with the body because that one's easy to align. So I take the offset, move it roughly to where I want the center position to be, and then just move it so that the feet are touching the very origin, like so. So that's number 1. Okay, arms. So again, I want to probably... So the thing about the offset here is you basically just want this orange cross here. You want that to be roughly in the position where it rotates in a sensible manner. So that's generally how I do my offsets. So this should rotate right around the center of where the shoulders are. And so that's where I've put the offset. So now if I want to rotate this, it rotates very sensibly, right? So that's kind of how I'm choosing to, that's how I'm choosing the offsets. And then with this, now I can just modify the position. And I typically have to just go and reference this and say, okay, what do the pixels look like? So it's 1 away and then down. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, that's how it is. Okay, I actually... There we go. Okay, I was just editing some pixels there. Let's actually go ahead and re-export this stuff. Okay, so that pixel updated there. Cool. It looks like I'm not in the right spot still, though. It needs to be moved up 1. Yeah. So I was looking at this side here and seeing, like, what does it look like right here? It's not the most precise way. The easier way of aligning these things would be to not trim the sprites when you export them. So just have them use the full canvas. Because then, you know, it's... As long as they all have the same offset, I guess, if they're centered, they'll all just lay on the right spot. But I trimmed the sprite, so I have to kind of manually put it back together. Every time you say Zombie Tycoon, it makes me think of a zombie management game. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was going for. Like, I want to make him, like, really over the top, like, throw money at you and, like, drop gold bullion or something like that. It's 1 pixel below the original. Yeah, you were right. Can you onion skin to get your sprites line up? I've never used onion skinning in Godot. Or, oh, you mean like maybe export like an onion skin version of the sprite as like a reference and then just line it up that way? That would be a smart way of doing it. Okay, so now the head. So I see what you mean. So if I did this, oh, I can't turn the opacity of a layer down? Explain yourself, A-Sprite. That's not good. I guess I could just export this whole thing. I'd have to trim it up though and everything. Why is he bigger? Hold on, I did this wrong. Oh no, he's not bigger. Okay, I'm just getting thrown off by... Hey, look at that. Alright, this is a genius idea. Thank you, AnyKey. So now the head. Again, I want to do the offset where rotation makes the most sense. So probably like right around where it connects to the neck. Like that. Look at that. And this needs to be above the body but below the arms. No, it needs to be above the arms as well. Oops. And then for the hat, again, we just want to choose a position where it makes most sense for it to rotate. Something like that is good. Wow, that's so much easier. My goodness. We got a genius in the chat, everyone. Thank you, AnyKey. That was a brilliant suggestion. Then I can just go ahead and delete that, and I'll delete it out of here too. And now we're all set up. Look at that. I just checked some pixel art animations, and they are underwhelming. I'm indeed using A-Sprite for drawing. Probably have to do the rest on there too. You can always try that in-engine animations. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, it depends. If you're rendering at a really low resolution, then the animations give like a really chunky feel because they're still low res. But if you've got a high res pixel game, then in-engine animations can look a little bit wonky. Okay, but anyway, let's go ahead and... Yeah, I think the arms are probably not going to be... I probably need to cut out at least this back arm here, so that it can sit behind the body properly. But we're going to animate some stuff and see how it works. We'll just do a default like run animation here. Now, the question is, what should his run animation look like? I mean, he should probably just be like hobbling along. I want to see what he looks like in game. Real quick. Dope. He looks great. Look at that. Obviously doesn't have any functionality, but that looks cool. Very happy with that. Oh, that's great. Okay. Enough procrastinating. Let's see. Give him like a little bit of a swaggy run, maybe. Question is, do I want the body to rotate around the feet or around the waist? Probably more around the waist. Got to get the rotation point. Got to get the rotation point worked out. Ideally before doing any animations, because otherwise you're going to have to redo a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of doodle, I guess, a little bit. I don't know why they changed the default snap for the animation player. That's kind of annoying. I wish there was a way to set like a project-wide default snap. Oh well. Not the most attractive thing in the world, but it's just very, very basic. Again, this is just a doodle. This is not going to be the final, animation. Just trying to get a feel for like what it could feel like. That arch back of his definitely needs to utilize that walking stick. Yeah, exactly. It's open source. Make a pre-R for a project-wide default snap, or maybe a tool that you don't need to modify the core engine. I don't want to use C# or C++. I mean, I will. I want to make a. I want to get into it at some point. I thought it'd be interesting to make a video about a total beginner to C++. Trying to get the Godot engine set up and make a contribution to it. But I really, yeah, I just not interested in C++ at all. But I do want to contribute to Godot engine, so it's quite a catch-22. I keep coming back to this idea like maybe he should hop. But I don't know. I don't think I want to do that. I gotta think of a good animation I can do. What if he hopped really quickly, like really tiny hops? Really tiny hops. That might work. So this is where I need to add another node 2D. Because I can change the position here now and move everything at once. This scale needs to be inverted. Needs to like bloop and then squish up really quick. Not quite. Yeah, the easing curves make a huge difference here. There we go. Now he looks sinister. Look at that. He's hopping. He's coming to take your money. He's coming to dump some oil in a river. Better watch out. This, though, this could be a lot more exaggerated. And then this, snap. There needs to be... He needs to like come down. I think that's what needs to happen. So it needs to go up. I think he needs to come down here. And that's not going to work. Go up. It's like he needs to recover. And then when he comes down, I don't know if I have enough room here. I have to compress all this. Oh, I'm destroying the animation, my beautiful animation. Okay, that's a little bit more like what I needed. Clamp. And put this back to 0, or 1, I mean. This should be clamped as well. Okay. Okay, all right. It's kind of getting there. Crying Suns and Anno. Oh, those use spine? Interesting. Make that hat bounce. Oh, you know the hat is going to bounce. That hat is going to bounce. Yeah, everything else needs to move, like his head needs to move and everything. But I want to see what that looks like in game. Whoa, what are you doing there, boy? All right. Excuse me. So, spawn the zombies tycoon. Ooh, yeah. He's hopping. He's coming for you. He's coming for your money. Okay, so I think that's fine. I'm going to commit what I have. Or not commit. I think I'll just stage what I have. No, I might as well commit it. Initial zombie tycoon animation work. Okay, so now I can freely destroy my animation with no worries whatsoever. Okay, so now let's get that head to bounce as well. Or not the head necessarily, but actually, you know what? Let me try something here. Let me try something. What happens if I apply this to the visuals node? Oops. No, that's too much. It was better the way it was. Okay. So the head now needs to rotate with this. Probably needs its position to be updated as well. But let's go ahead and add a rotation for the head. So right about here, let's turn on recording. Rotate the head. We're gonna do cubic and then clamp the loop interp. Probably not enough rotation, but that's all right. We're gonna bring the head down here now. Okay, I'm probably going to need to modify the position now as well, because the head is becoming detached from the neck, and we don't want that to happen. I mean, he's a zombie, but we still don't want that to happen. So the position now, let's keyframe that. And it's weird, the position needs to like match. Let's move this here. Oh my gosh, he's so scrunched up. That's the thing that I've learned though about doing these kind of animations, is that it looks ridiculous in the editor. Like you end up like this, like how does that even look good in the game? But when you're playing the game and it's playing in real time and it's rendering at the lower resolution, it actually ends up looking fine. So, you know, you can't really take what the editor is showing you as like representative of how it's going to feel in game. You kind of have to exaggerate in the editor and then look at it in game and see what it looks like. Can I copy this value? Yes, thank you. This is such a nice feature. And then here. Oh, that's probably not good. There we go. So see, he's got a little bit of springiness to his neck now. Now the thing is, that's such a slight amount of springiness that it probably is not going to be noticeable in game. So I'm probably going to exaggerate it a little bit in the editor here. There we go. Yeah. So that's looking good. So now what we can do is we can go into the game and we can see how that feels. Is he going to hit us with golf balls? Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. I mean, that's not a golf club. That's supposed to be a walking stick, but the idea that the tycoon, so it's a zombie tycoon, he's going to throw money at you. He's probably going to do something with gold bullion or whatever, but like shooting a golf ball at you, that's hilarious. I think that that would be so funny. Now the question is, do I want to do a whole animation for that? I don't need to do an animation. What I can do is I can just make it like a disembodied attack. So I can make him spawn a bunch of drivers, right? And then they all tee up a golf ball and just like whack it at you. That would be so funny. Excellent idea. Git commit-m change some stuff. Yeah. I actually am very, very particular about my Git messages. That's just how I am. What's the little hammer icon next to your debug play? That is to build the C# solution. Yeah. Breckheck's got it. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. We gotta make that hat bounce though, like we said. I want to kill this guy so bad though. I'm gonna take a break from some animations here and just do some random stuff real quick. Give him 3,250 health. That sounds reasonable, right? So I'm adding the hurt box component now. No, what are you doing? Don't do that. I didn't tell you to play. I mean, I think I accidentally hit a key, but... So the interesting thing about this guy is that he's got a weird hitbox, and I don't necessarily want to make the hitbox like this. So I'm going to end up with a situation here that I haven't tried yet, which is adding 2 collision shapes to the same area. And I have no reason to believe that this won't work, but I've just never... It's never popped up in this game before, so... That's the thing. Okay, so here's the problem though. When he inevitably gets flipped to face the left, like this. Oh, he was scaled wrong too. When he gets flipped to face left, that hurt box component, or that, is not going to be in the right place. Oh no, why did I have to draw him so crooked? Ugh. Dang it. Why did I have to do that? Now I got to figure out a way to fix that issue. I guess I could just... Well, no, I can't. Why did I have to draw him crooked? And you're not really supposed to apply scaling to collision shapes and areas. I might just have to manually disable collision shapes based on which way he's facing. Which is not the worst thing in the world, but it's something that I'd rather not have to do, but if I've got to do it, then I got to do it. Oops. If I got to do it, then I got to do it. His hat looks like oh my gosh. His hat looks like it could be related to the lobby hat. What is the lobby hat? Sandbank is an area indicator? Yeah. Child the box of the sprite. Yeah, the problem is I don't think you're not really supposed to, like I said, you're not really supposed to scale the collision areas. Remote transform. Now there's an idea. Yeah. Okay, Breckheck is just... Breckheck and Any are just hitting me with the genius ideas today. I mean, I guess the sand pit is a genius idea too, so who said that? Mornay, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna do that. Flibly Pebbles. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think I've seen you in the chat here before. I was gonna do that. That was gonna be my approach that I take, but Breckheck just said use a remote transform, and I think that it's gonna work. First timer, sorry, no worries. Thank you for being here. Good to have you. So yeah, it would be like a remote transform. I think your idea might work as well, any key. So if I take these visuals here, I could just do this. I could say add remote transform 2D like this. Put this up here. So that way when I apply a -1 to the scale, that remote transform 2D gets sent with that. I'm going to call this, call that collision box transform so I know what the heck that is. And then for this, I'll duplicate this, make this unique. I can center that around here by default, just so that it's lined up. Nice and big hitbox, but then what I'll do is this collision box transform, put that in there. Oh, did that immediately work? Oh, it did immediately work. Okay, put this right there then. I don't know why this is being weird. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now if I change the scale here, boom. The collision shape changes. Excellent idea. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just going to add the rest of my components that I need here. Wow, that is so clever, yeah. I actually did, I have a lot of remote transforms on the lowrider spider, so it's very, very handy, but I always forget that it's there. It's just like, I never, like, they're very rarely used, but they're so useful in certain cases. Did I do everything that I need to do here to get him to be hittable? I think so. I need to add a collision shape for his pathfinding, though. That's probably too big. That should be fine. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, I'm missing a couple of things. Boss health bar registration component. And then the hurt or the hit flash component needs to be given that health component. There we go. And with just a couple of components, we now got damage working. All right, let's get that hat bouncing. What do you think? There's nothing's gonna happen when he dies, though. I need to handle the death case specifically. I've been thinking, like, I should probably just add a unique death animation to all these bosses. The lowrider spider has a unique death animation. I mean, it's not like groundbreaking, but it is different than everything else that dies. All right, so there we go. He's died, but he's still here because the death hasn't been handled. Okay. I'm going to commit what I have again. Add more zombie tycoon animations and components. All right, let's add a hat animation here. So head, hat, and then, yeah, on a future stream, can work on doing the gameplay programming for him. I want to get this hat animated for sure for this stream, but then probably sometime next week when I'm streaming back on my regular schedule, we'll be doing some gameplay programming for him. Okay, so hat. We need to grab the position. Okay, let's see. Bloop. Okay, so the hat actually gets a nice little bounce there, but I think I will still make it go up even more, just a slight bit. Zoop. Make it hover. Come down here. Oops. Insert key. Take the hat. Like that. Did I do something wrong? Why is that so slow? Okay, that's looking all right. I'll modify those keyframes a little bit. But for this, we need to do the rotation now. That's too much. Yeah, I gotta make that drop onto his head faster, but... And then this should probably snap back a lot quicker as well. Okay, get in there. So this, where the position is, it needs to fall down a lot quicker. This position, I might even make that like -36. Oh, that's too much. Oh, because I need it to go up now. What is the original position? 44. Okay, that's not looking bad. It might be going a little bit too low. And then this, I feel like that needs to snap forward a little bit quicker. And then this needs to snap back a little bit quicker. That's not looking terrible. That's not looking bad at all. Let's see what it looks like in game. Does your C# course cover VS Code setup, and is it Windows only? It does cover VS Code setup, and it's not specifically Windows only. I mean, I do it on Windows, but actually, I guess I can't really say whether the instructions are the same on Linux. It's definitely a Windows focus for the setup, but the setup only happens over like one lesson. So if you get it set up on Linux or Mac OS, and you can ask me questions and I can help you out if you're interested in getting the course. But once you get it set up, it's like everything should be platform agnostic after that. So it's not like you're going to be constantly running into Windows only issues. It's mostly just the setup. That hat bounce looks pretty good. I think it just needs to be a little bit more snappy when it's coming up into the air here. These curves really make a difference. Oh wait, that's the rotation. What am I doing? I was trying to do this. Oh, it's not even going that far in the sky. Maybe that's why it's not. Maybe if I do -50. No, that's not going to work. The problem is it's not coming down as quickly as I would like. That works. I think what's happening here is it's getting moved up at the same time as everything else. So I think what I need to do actually is counterintuitively, I need to move this down during the first phase so that it stays more on the head. Yes. Okay, well, I've been staring at that hat animation for too long. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. I got the course this week. Looking forward to following it during the holidays. Awesome, Aelrath. Aelrath. Hopefully I said that correctly. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's a good, yeah. Like I said, any key, if you have any troubles, like you can feel free to ask me. I'm very responsive on the Q&A on the DMs. And of course, you come up to the stream quite often too. So if you do have any issues, you could feel free to ask me any questions and I can help you out. But yeah, I think my understanding is that the C# setup on Mac is pretty straightforward as well. It's just, I think Linux probably, depending on how your Linux configuration is, not you specifically, but just the general form of the word you. I think that might be the place where you'd have the most difficulty. Okay, that hat animation is looking pretty good. So the arms aren't animated yet, but I think I'm all animationed out for today. So yeah, that was some initial animations into the new boss that's going into the graveyard arena. Actually, you know what I should probably do? I should make sure he looks good in the graveyard. I'm not happy with the graveyard arena either in terms of the art and the layout. So I'm probably going to make a bunch of tweaks to the graveyard tile set. I mean, I like this path here. I think that's cool. But I do think that the background is kind of bleh. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing with that. So I'm probably gonna tweak that as well, but there's a zombie tycoon, looks good. Also, it's just a little bit too purple in this level. It's hard to see the red. So I'm actually thinking about switching the background to be like blue or green instead. But anyway, yeah, the zombie tycoon looks pretty good in here. I might change this to these holes. I might make it so that you could shoot bullets over them. And that enemies can shoot bullets over them as well. But I don't know. I gotta do a bunch of playtesting and whatnot, but that's the zombie tycoon. I'm gonna commit this. Hat animation for zombie tycoon. All right, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for your ideas and clever solutions in this stream. Very much appreciated. Again, if you are watching right now or you're watching the VOD and you'd like to support my work, please check out the links in the description below. I've got a couple of Udemy courses for sale. Gunforged is also available for wish listing, and you can play the Gunforged demo as well. So check all those things out. If you do end up playing the demo, please let me know what your feedback is, either as a comment on this video or in the Steam forums in the community hub. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, again, that's going to be it for the stream today. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you probably Monday for the regularly scheduled streaming. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.